Hello friends, I am Dr. Harsha Suryavanshi, Assistant Professor from Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani, Maharashtra. In the previous video, we have discussed what is meant by pleadings. In this video, we are going to discuss rules of pleadings. Now let us see what Order 6 says about rules of pleadings. Rule 2 of Order 6 lays down basic rules of pleadings. It entitles pleading to state material facts and not evidence. Rule 2 of Order 6 lays down general principles of pleadings. We can summarize these principles into 4. The first principle of pleadings is that pleading should state facts and not law. The second principle is that the facts stated should be material facts. That means only material facts should be stated in the pleadings. The pleadings should not state evidence. And lastly, the facts that are stated in the pleadings must be in a concise form. Now let us see how these principles are in detail. The first principle is that the pleadings shall contain facts and not law. For example, simply plead that this is the custom that is prevalent. How the custom come into existence is a matter of evidence. Now that whether that custom is a law or not, that will be decided by the court. Similarly, simply state intention or waiver or negligence, and the parties are not expected from applying law to these facts. Now let us see which things are not required to be pleaded. It includes maintainability of suit. What are the legal consequences of the facts? The consequences of facts will be drawn up by the court. Why it is so that the pleadings shall contain facts and not law? Friends, the basic principle is that it is the duty of the judge to apply correct law. Even if an incorrect law is pleaded by the parties, it is the duty of the judge to rectify it. The judge is conferred with power and duty to apply law to the case before it. Therefore, the parties shall state only facts, and as regards application of law is concerned, the duty is primarily shouldered upon the judges. Now let us see what is meant by material facts. We have seen that the pleading shall state only facts and not law. The second principle is that the facts stated in the pleadings must be material facts. Now what are material facts? In Uddhav Singh versus Madhav Rao Scindia, the court said that all material facts which must be proved at the trial by a party to establish the existence of cause of action by the plaintiff or defense of the defendant are material facts. That means the facts upon which a party relies. The plaintiff relies for his claim and the defendant relies for his defense. These facts are material facts. The pleadings shall state material facts and not material particulars. What are material facts? Again we will see. Material facts are primary or basic facts which must be pleaded by the parties. That means the plaintiff must plead material facts that are necessary to establish his relief. Similarly, the defendant shall plead the facts that are necessary to establish his defense, while particulars or material particulars are the details in support of the relief or defense of plaintiff or defendant. These material particulars, they amplify, refine or embellish the material facts pleaded. Now, the third requirement or third general principle of pleadings is that pleadings shall state facts and not evidence. Now, let us see about facts. Facts, they are of two types. One is facta probanda. It means the facts that are required to be proved by the parties, plaintiff and defendant. Facta probanda also means material facts. Second type of facts are facta probantia. It means the facts by means of which facta probanda or material facts are to be proved. In other words, facta probantia are particulars or evidence. Evidence by which the material facts are proved. Then the pleading shall contain only facta probanda and not facta probantia. It means it shall simply state material facts. It shall not state, or it is not required to state, the particulars relating to material facts. It means the pleading shall not contain the evidence. For example, if the plaintiff claims that he is owner of the particular property, he is simply required to state how he became owner, either by sale or purchase of the property, or he has become so due to succession. He is not required to state in detail how he purchased the property and all other such details. Okay, now let us see few cases regarding this. The first one is Borodale versus Hunter. In this case, a person was insured and with an insurance company. The term of insurance policy was that the policy would be void if the person commits suicide. Actually, the insured person committed suicide, but a claim for insurance policy was made to the court, wherein the court stated what should be stated in the plaint or defense, or what should be there in the pleadings. What the court held, the court said that the company should only plead that the insured person committed suicide. That is material fact. That means it is facta probanda. Other facts such as the insured person was suffering from depression, or he was having some sorrows, some melancholies for weeks, and he bought a pistol a few days or a day before his death, and he shot himself with that pistol. Again, the company stated that the deceased person, the insured person, he wrote a letter in his wife's favor stating that he is committing suicide. All these are facta probantia. What is required is, or what was required in this case, that the insured person committed suicide. How he committed suicide, or what were the circumstances that led him to commit suicide, are to be established during trial as a part of evidence. So, what it was held, that the pleading shall contain only facta probanda and not facta probantia. Other case is regarding R.M. Seshadri versus G. Vasanta Pai. In this case, in an election petition, it was pleaded that cars were used by successful candidate for the purpose of conveying voters and it was a malpractice. This was facta probenda. And what are facta probentia then? The facta probentia are from where the cars were obtained, who hired them, who used the cars for conveyance of voters are to be proved during trial. So what was facta probenda? That cars were used against the law. What was facta probentia? How the cars were obtained, who used those cars, who were the voters that were left to the booth. All these are the facta probentia. The last case is Virendranath versus Satpal Singh. We will have discussion in some other lecture. Now the next rule of pleading is that the pleading must be in concise form. It means there must be brevity. Okay. So the pleading should be drafted with sufficient brevity and it should be precise one. However, making precise does not mean that necessary facts should be deleted or they should not be brought into the pleadings. The pleadings shall be prepared or drafted in such a way that it shall contain necessary facts with sufficient brevity. That means sufficient briefness. The next thing that is required is that the facts must be pleaded with certainty. They should be definitely stated as facts and they should not be left to be inferred. अंदाज़ा लगाना इस तरह से फैक्ट्स हमें स्टेट नहीं करने हैं. Whatever we want to say, we must say with certainty. While drafting the pleadings, this statement is very much useful. What it states, if care is taken in syntactic process, pleadings can be saved from tautology. Syntactic process means किस तरह से statements को रचा जाता है. Tautology is repetition. So, if the person knows how to arrange the statements and how to prevent repetition, that is the best form of pleading. Thank you, friends. Thank you for your patient hearing. We'll continue with other rules of pleadings in our next video.